Once you do this, you will know how to use the power of your subconscious mind for wealth. Again, this is the book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. So let's get into it. This is chapter 9, and it's called How to Use the Power of Your Subconscious for Wealth. If you're having difficulties financially, if you are trying to make ends meet, it means you have not convinced your subconscious mind that you will always have plenty and some to spare. You know men and women who work a few hours a week and make fabulous sums of money. They do not strive or slave hard. Do not believe the story that the only way you can become wealthy is by sweat of your brow and hard labor. It's not so. The effortless way of life is the best. Do the thing you love to do and do it for the joy and thrill of it. This is what I always tell you guys, that you don't actually need to work that hard to have things. This is what we've been programmed to think about. This is not true. The most wealthy, like the wealthiest people around the world, are working, yeah, but they are not working 24/7, and still they are struggling. They're just spinning their wheels. They're having this mentality that they know when is the right opportunity to act on it and to execute on it and to put the effort and work in. So it's not always that you need to work on a bunch of things and none of them work eventually. But you have to have this mindset where you are attracting the right opportunity, the right people to make deals with. And this is what we are going to discuss now. So, continuing what I've been saying, continuing what I've been saying here, Dr. Joseph Murphy is saying that wealth is of the mind. Wealth is simply a subconscious conviction on the part of the individual. You will not become a millionaire by saying, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. You will grow into wealth consciousness by building into your mentality the idea of wealth and abundance. This is so important because many people say, oh, I just say affirmations and do nothing. No, this is not how it works. Even though it might work, and robotic affirmations, people got amazing results with it. But all revolves around one thing and one thing only: reprogramming your subconscious mind to believe that you are wealthy. And when you believe that, you will actually take the opportunities that will make you wealthy if action is necessary. So, continuing with that, your invisible means of support. The trouble with most people is that they have no invisible means of support. When business falls away, the stock market drops, or they lose their investments, they seem helpless. The reason for such insecurity is that they do not know how to tap the subconscious mind. They are unacquainted with the inexhaustible storehouse within, because let's talk about that. God, the source, is infinite. You are an infinite being. You are part of the whole, and the whole is infinite. So you have unlimited supply. The idea that you have to be dependent on the means that you get money from is actually silly, because you are going straight to the source. The source is limitless. It doesn't have any limits. So don't just close your mind to a specific thing and say that investments or real estate or stocks or crypto is the only way. No, you don't know how your wealth will come. You can actually have an idea of it, but it doesn't have to always be that way. So you got to know that the subconscious is an infinite power that got all the answers to all your problems, to all your questions. So don't actually limit its working or its abilities by just making it in that way. So you want this way only. No, you can have it that way, but be open to new opportunities, right? So this is what Dr. Joseph Murphy is telling you to do. A man with a poverty-type mind finds himself in poverty-stricken conditions. Another man with a mind filled with ideas of wealth is surrounded with everything he needs. It was never intended that man should lead a life of indigence. You can have wealth, everything you need, and plenty to spare. Your words have power to cleanse your mind of wrong ideas and to instill right ideas in their place. So, here's the thing. If you think that you've been programmed, that your mind is in a state of lack, and you feel like you are victimized by that, don't worry, because you can actually reprogram your subconscious mind. One of the easiest ways to reprogram your subconscious mind is listening to this meditation that I put on the channel. It's so easy. Half an hour, you can sleep with it, you can do whatever you want with it. It will reprogram your subconscious mind. The ideal method for building a wealth consciousness. Perhaps you are saying as you read this chapter, I need wealth and success. This is what you do. Repeat for about 5 minutes to yourself 3 or 4 times a day. Wealth, success. These words have tremendous power. They represent the inner power of the subconscious mind. Anchor your mind on this substantial power within you. Then conditions and circumstances corresponding to their nature and quality will be manifested in your life. You are not saying, I am wealthy, you are dwelling on real powers within you. There is no conflict in the mind when you say wealth. Furthermore, the feeling of wealth will well up within you as you dwell on the idea of wealth. So here's what I was just saying like a couple of minutes ago. You can say, I am a millionaire, but you're not getting into the feeling of it. But when you are saying wealth and you are saying like abundance, you're actually tapping into the names that the subconscious stores within it. You are tapping into the power that will actually make circumstances, make things in your life rearrange the whole scenario for your benefit to actually see these things, to see wealth and abundance. Why your affirmations for wealth fail? This is a sensitive topic. The feeling of wealth produces wealth. Keep in mind at all times. Your subconscious mind is like a bank, a sort of a universal financial institution. It magnifies whatever you deposit or impress upon it, whether it is the idea of wealth or of poverty. Choose wealth. I have talked to many people during the past 35 years whose complain, usual complaint is, I have said for weeks and months, I am wealthy, I am prosperous, and nothing happened. I discovered that when they say I am prosperous and wealthy, they felt within that they were lying to themselves. This is why I told you feeling is the secret, and Neville Goddard told you that. You can say whatever you want, but if you're not feeling it, it's no good. So, one man told me, I have affirmed that I am prosperous until I am tired. Things are now worse. I knew when I made the statement that it was obviously not true. His statements were rejected by the subconscious mind, by the conscious mind, and the very opposite of what he outwardly affirmed and claimed was made manifest. Your affirmation succeeds best when it's specific and when it does not produce a mental conflict or argument. Hence, the statements made by this man made matters worse because they suggested his lack. Your subconscious accepts what you really feel to be true, not just idle words or statements. The dominant idea or belief is always accepted by the subconscious mind. This is it, guys. When you actually feel what it's like to be wealthy, when you feel the wish fulfilled, when you feel like what you want has already happened, this is when it happens. Because you are impressing the subconscious mind with feelings. Feelings is powerful, guys. The knowing. Feeling is not that exciting emotion all the time. Emotions can work, but feelings is the knowing that you already are the man or the woman that you want to be. You are the man of your dreams. You are the woman of your dreams. You are the best version of yourself. You won the lottery. You got a successful business, a successful YouTube channel, whatever it may be. You feel that. When you feel it, it will happen. When you believe that it's happening, when you trust the inner man, trust source, the universe, that it's happening right now. How to avoid mental conflict. The following is the ideal way to overcome this conflict for those who have this difficulty. Take notes, guys. Make this practical statement frequently, particularly prior to sleep. Why prior to sleep? Because when we are falling asleep, we are opening the subconscious mind wide open because we are operating at alpha and then at theta and then at delta. These brainwave states actually open the subconscious mind wide open. So take care of this affirmation. By day and by night, I am being prospered in all of my interests. This affirmation will not arouse any argument because it does not contradict your subconscious mind's impression of financial lack. I suggested to one businessman whose sales and finances were very low and who was greatly worried that he sat down in his office, become quiet, and repeat this statement over and over again. My sales are improving every day. This statement engaged the cooperation of the conscious and the subconscious mind. Results followed. So basically, here Joseph Murphy is tricking the mind to not go in conflict. He is taking another route that will actually impress the subconscious mind to believe that there are no mental conflict between what you want and what you really are, because you know that you attract who you are. Like, you get what you are, not you get what you want. Some people say you get what you want. No, you get what you are. If you want something, you have to become the person that is having that thing. You gotta change the concept of self to be that person, right? So you gotta focus on being the man or the woman that is so wealthy, that is so abundant to the point that it's normal for you. You feel it every single day before you go to sleep. So you are impressing the subconscious mind, which is actually connected to the universal mind, which is connected to the mind of God. So don't sign blank checks. You sign blank checks when you make such statements as there is not enough to go around. There is a shortage. I will lose the house because of the mortgage, etc. If you are full of fear about the future, you are also writing a blank check and attracting negative conditions to you. Your subconscious mind takes your fear and negative statements as your request and proceeds in its own way to bring obstacles, delays, lack, and limitation into your life. So here's the thing, guys. You know the algorithms of YouTube, of Instagram, of TikToks, when you actually get a video and you press the like button, you are making the algorithm know that you want these kind of videos to get into your life. So when you react to negative circumstances and you say negative statements, you are doing the same thing as the algorithms on the social media. You are attracting things to you because you actually press the like button by reacting to it. So you should acknowledge it, like, okay, this happened. I don't need to invest my energy into that. You don't need to do that at all. Just, okay, focus on the positive, not on the negative. As cliche as it might sound. Cliches are cliches because they are true. So, your subconscious mind gives you compound interest. To him that had the feeling of wealth, more wealth shall be added. To him that had the feeling of lack, more lack shall be added. Your subconscious multiplies and magnifies whatever you deposit in it. Every morning as you awaken, deposit thoughts of prosperity, success, wealth, and peace. Dwell upon these concepts. Busy your mind with them as often as possible. These constructive thoughts will find their way as deposits in your subconscious mind and bring forth abundance and prosperity. Why Nothing Happened? This is actually a title in the book. Why Nothing Happened? I can hear you saying, oh, I did that and nothing happened. You did not get results because you indulged in fear thoughts perhaps 10 minutes later and neutralized the good you had affirmed. When you place a seed in the ground, you do not dig it up. You let it take root and grow. Suppose, for example, you are going to say, I shall not be able to make that payment. Before you get further than I shall, stop the sentence and dwell on a constructive statement, such as, by day and by night, I am prospered in all ways. So this is actually so important, guys, because many of you actually casting spells when you speak negatively about yourself. You shouldn't do that at all. You should actually be more thoughtful and more precise with what you say, so compendious with every single word that you actually spit out of your mouth, because it happens because your words are affecting the universe. It's vibrations. Everything is vibrations. As Nikola Tesla always said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So when you actually speak bad words, you are casting spells on yourself. So what do you expect? So be careful of that, guys. Only speak the positive. So, true source of wealth. Your subconscious mind is never short of ideas. There are within it an infinite number of ideas ready to flow into your conscious mind and appear as cash in your pocketbook in countless ways. This process will continue to go on in your mind regardless of whether the stock market goes up or down, or whether the pound sterling or dollar drops in value. Your wealth is never truly dependent on bonds, stocks, or money in the bank. These are really only symbols, necessary and useful, of course, but only symbols. The point I wish to emphasize is that if you convince your subconscious mind that wealth is yours and that it is always circulating in your life, you will always and inevitably have it regardless of the form it takes. This is so important. Many of you guys think that wealth is actually only dollars or crypto or whatever. You actually need to feel wealthy, because many people having that imposter syndrome, they have a lot of money, but they don't feel like they are worthy of receiving that money. So you gotta have that mentality that you are worthy of receiving, because these guys always in lack, in fear that they might lose it because they don't feel like they deserve it. When you feel like you deserve something and you are fully convinced, you actually reprogram your mind to get that into your life. Isn't that amazing? You are becoming the person that is worthy of having these things. So it becomes normal to you. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, $1 million? Okay, that's cool. So work on your concept of self. Trying to make ends meet and the real cause. There are people who claim that they are always trying to make ends meet. They seem to have a great struggle to meet their obligations. Have you listened to their conversation? In many instances, their conversation runs along this vein. They are constantly condemning those who have succeeded in life and who have raised their heads above the crowd. Perhaps they are saying, "Oh, that fellow has a racket. He's ruthless. He's a crook." This is why they lack. They are condemning the thing they desire and want. The reason they speak critically of their more prosperous associates is because they are envious of other people, of others' prosperity. The quickest way to cause wealth to take wings and fly away is to criticize and condemn others who have more wealth than you. This is so important, guys. Remember that the world is just a reflection of who you are. If you are always criticizing people that have money, then how would you have money? You are criticizing the thing that you want, and the world is just a reflection. The world hears you, like the universe hears, oh, he's telling that people that are wealthy are this and this, so why would he be like that? He doesn't like that. Doesn't like money, right? So be careful why you judge. Don't judge anyone. Focus on yourself. Focus on your concept of self. Don't focus on these people. Don't focus on anyone. Even if you know that someone is a thief, you don't focus on him. Maybe a thief will aid you into getting what you want. You don't know how the universe works. Nobody does. Just make an intention, have the feeling of the wish fulfilled, solicit your attention to what you want exactly, and it will happen. You don't have to know how. So be aware, guys, because some of you actually are judging people just to make themselves feel better. A common stumbling block to wealth. There is one emotion which is the cause of the lack of wealth in the lives of many. Most people learn this the hard way. It is envy. For example, if you see a competitor depositing large sums of money in the bank and you have only a small amount, like a very little amount to deposit, does it make you envious? The way to overcome this emotion is to say to yourself, isn't it wonderful? I rejoice in that man's prosperity. I wish for him greater and greater wealth. To certain envious thoughts is devastating because it places you in a very negative position. And remember, when you are in a negative state, you attract more negative circumstances into your life. So don't actually focus on being envious and actually try to repeat this affirmation and to seem wealthy, seem good, and wish him well. Because when you wish someone to be better, you will become better. This is how you can actually do that. Rubbing out a great mental block to wealth. If you are worried and critical about someone whom you claim is making money dishonestly, cease worrying about him. This is what I told you right now. You know, such a person is using the law of mind negatively. The law of mind takes care of him. Be careful not to criticize him for the reasons previously indicated. Remember, the block or obstacle to wealth is in your mind. You can now destroy that mental block. This is you. This you may do by getting on mental good terms with everyone. Sleep and grow rich. This is the most important part of the video. Sleep and grow rich. As you go to sleep at night, practice the following technique. Repeat the words wealth quietly, easily, and feelingly. Do this over and over again, just like a lullaby. Lull yourself to sleep with the one word, wealth. You should be amazed at the result. This is another example of the magic power of your subconscious mind. So, basically, when you go to sleep, you are performing at the alpha state, and then you will go into theta. So, when the subconscious mind is wide open, you are actually making a lullaby of the word wealth, 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 wealth. You are actually feeling it. Feel it, say it, and feel it within yourself. Feel it, and you'll actually impress the subconscious mind. Alright guys, this was it for this video. This chapter is so amazing. The next chapter is going to be more practical techniques to attract wealth in your life. So stay tuned, like the video to reach more people, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you soon.